start this however you want.
We're going to use that as well. That's the worst laugh I've ever heard in my life.
No, that's a good one.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you clipped everything. We're talking about clipping later. Is this recording? Yeah. Is it? Okay, Jesus.
Yeah, we're
okay. Welcome to Left Brain, Right Brain podcast.
I'm Left Brain, and I'm Jack.
Oh, you put your name in as well. Yeah. I'm Right Brain and I'm Dan, and today we have a very special guest, Chloe Sobëk. Chloe, how are you today?
I'm good.
And would you be able to tell people who don't know what you do, of course everyone knows what you do, what is it that you do, Chloe?
I do two things, I guess. I'm a musician, like composer, performer. And I'm also doing a PhD in music.
Cool. And so I actually went by accident to the Hideous Replica Gallery the other day as part of the course.
By accident, you just kind of...
No, they took us for a gallery with Joel Stern.
Yep.
I think I saw your name there, and I was wondering what it is that you did, and then they told me it was the performance at MISC.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, right. Could you tell us a bit about that performance?
It was... I prepared a kind of 30-minute set.
Yeah, right.
And it was... I didn't really explain what instrument I play, did I?
No.
No.
So...
Walk us through it.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Violone?
Violone.
Violone.
You
actually were going to say via, and I said vio.
Yeah, he corrected me incorrectly.
Anyway, take us through it.
So I have a background as a double bassist.
Cool.
And the violone is the Renaissance precursor to the double bass. So for the MISC show, I played that with I've got a whole kind of pedal set up, but I also use samples and field recordings and one bit that I was kind of proud of is the first 5 minutes of the set was just wasps. Just recorded like wasps.
Really?
Hectic wasp noise.
Yeah, and just layered them. So it was just kind of like brutal noise.
Yeah.
Are we talking like a nest of wasps here? Or
did you record it yourself?
Singular wasps.
I unfortunately did not record it myself.
Where does one go to get good wasp samples?
Wasp.
I can't reveal my sources.
Wasp dealer.
YouTube and surely not.
Like a man in a trench coat comes down and he's got all the wasp sounds.
Do you ever record the samples yourself as well?
I try to almost exclusively record them myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes
you've got.
There's limitations, right? To what you can go out and get. Yeah, right. Yeah. True. And so then after the wasps playing, did you play on the violone? I'm going to butcher it. Violone?
Nice, that was really good. Yeah.
I'm not an authority on the pronunciation either.
Yeah.
I think it's an Italian word.
It's an Italian thing. Okay.
Yeah. Great. And I saw the violone custom made.
Yes.
So did you give someone some old blueprints and
how'd you make this? How'd you get this difficult instrument?
Basically pretty much, but I commissioned this maker called Ian Watchorn, and he actually worked for a long time in a museum in Nuremberg in Germany.
You're right.
Does he live in Melbourne?
He does.
Is he the guy that you're...
Does he live in... I shouldn't say where he lives.
No, we've doxed plenty of people on this show.
Does he live at this exact...
Yeah.
Just nod.
Yeah. You got his Medicare number there? No.
Is that...
My housemate is learning from him at the moment.
Oh, wow.
How to make a violin bow.
Yeah, shout out to Anna.
Shout out to Anna.
Wow.
And, I think she's going to go through the full thing and make... the full violin at one stage.
She makes her own instruments and stuff like that. So.
And, he was actually taking her through the process when he ties the it was either I think it was the horsehairs on the bow.
Yeah.
And he has a collar. He's got it looks a bit kinky. And he's got a dog collar.
He called it a gimp collar before, so you can say that now. There's no shame, bro.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out later.
Yeah, bleep it out.
He's got a dog collar with a little loop that to kind of hold the hairs.
That's genius.
It's the same guy. Have you seen the same collar before?
No.
He only shows.
That's how you recognise who he is.
He only showed Anna after a lot of things. I wouldn't show that to everyone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So he made the...
Yeah, if it's the same, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same guy?
Old guy in his 80s? How many?
80s?
You said 80s.
I didn't say 80s. I didn't say 80s.
We shouldn't be having conversations before the show. You say 8?
Yeah, he's 8.
Okay.
Anyway, so he made the...
And he actually worked in in Nuremberg in Germany, where there was the original instrument, and he really loved that instrument, so he spent a lot of time with it. So then he got the blueprint sent over from Nuremberg, and then
Pull the dust off and
he's made 2 of these instruments actually. So my teacher has a very similar instrument.
Is that how you first came across it? Through your teachers?
The instrument or that particular instrument or that particular instrument? Yeah.
That's cool though, like protege kind of vibes. Like you learn through teaching. The teacher's the only other person to have that instrument.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's mad, actually, yeah.
And is there something about the instrument itself that you really like the qualities of, and that you find is good for your artwork compared to, say, a normal standard bass in?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could talk forever about it, so
do it.
Tell me to shut up. But,
as long as it's not over 50 minutes.
As long as it's not over 30 minutes.
We'll have to cut it short. Yeah.
I mean, I really love the sound of it. It's very different to the double bass. It's it has gut strings, so it has like a much kind of it's not as mellow, it's much brighter.
Gut strings is made from gut?
Yeah, they're made from sheep's gut.
Really?
Yeah.
One sheep's gut? Or is they tied together?
I don't know. I actually don't know that part.
Yeah.
I do know that they bleach them though, and you can get unbleached ones that are actually red.
Really?
Which is really cool.
Whoa.
But I mean,
that real raw sound.
Yeah.
And
are we talking like Australian like animals here, or are we talking like
only
Italian animals?
Old Italian, from the 1600s.
Wow. So cool. Cool. And so going back to the Miscellanea performance, where else have you played besides MISC? And is the crowd that you played to at MISC similar? Are they a similar audience demographic to the ones that you're used to?
Probably. I mean, I would say I play experimental music, and I'd say it's like generally that crowd.
Right. And is it the same people? Is it a small community or is it quite large?
How small is small?
That's a good question. How small is small?
3 people would be very small.
Okay.
But if I had 3 people come to every one of my gigs, I'd be like, that's like I would be that.
I would say if the same 100 people are coming to your show, that's big. Like for I don't know what a big turnout is for experimental music, or like how many people would come to see an experimental music set versus just like I don't know EDM bangers at MISC, right?
It's a smaller audience. Let's put it that way.
But a loyal one, right?
Yeah, but I think the scene itself is actually quite big, considering how small Melbourne is. It's a pretty huge scene.
Do you think that kind of performance as well would it be the type of performance like prompt people to come up and speak to you after the show? Like, do you get that a lot, where people will come up and... Is
it like an approachable art in that sense?
No, I don't think so.
Is everyone quite shy as well?
Yeah, sometimes I'll play and like no one will say anything.
They don't want to mispronounce the violone.
They cheer at like a conceptual show? Yeah, you react,
they cheer,
but... It's very different, right? The etiquette from a show like that.
Yeah.
Then I'm just thinking about like the greats, like, you know, I don't know if you were inspired by like your John Cages or all that. Do you feel like you look for inspiration from those people from like I guess like would it be 20th century? Yeah, 20th century composers, like experimental people? Or no, I was just looking at you in passing. I wasn't asking the question. But do you think like those people have inspired you, or do you look elsewhere for more like current themes? It's a bit of both.
Yeah, I think everything. I mean, I studied music for a long time, so I've just absorbed a lot. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to point to anything specific, but I would say I think the scene has been really influential here. Yeah. Like I think everyone, learns from each other. And shares ideas. So
it would be such a different scene from like what I'm used to. I'm used to like conceptual as well, but not as conceptual. When you're crowd surfing and you're doing all that stuff, you do give up a certain cerebral quality to it. I mean, rock and roll in many ways is the dumbing down, and I think what you're doing is very like I don't know, it's very theoretical and and you apply it, but it's a conceptual art.
Thoughtful.
Yeah. Do you feel? This isn't something I have written down, but I've noticed like in a lot of galleries, there's like guided audio tours and there's lots of descriptions for the art. Do you prefer like to just do a performance and just have the audience interpret what it means, or do you give sort of a brief summary of what it means beforehand or such?
Yeah, I don't like to talk about my music or art in general, but
okay, we're done here.
But having said that, I do understand that I think some people really appreciate you explaining. Like, some people connect to it better once they've heard you explain some things, and other people are just like...
Some people want to come up with their own, like, interpretations of what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Is that why you don't like talking about it, or is it more...
that you just don't like talking about it?
No, I just prefer the art speaks for itself. But I think one of the things that maybe I'm a little bit ignorant about is that because it is experimental, I think people do need a context. I kind of assume, like, I know I've been sort of in that world for a long time, so I probably am unaware of how things might be really hard for other people to understand without some context. Yeah.
When you're so deep into that, you forget, like, the entry point.
Exactly.
What was your kind of gateway? What was your, like, did you come from listening to, like, I came from listening to, like, fucking John Mayer, like, Chili Peppers and Earth, Wind and Fire, and then suddenly I went to, now where I listen to, like, microphone feedback and shit like that. What was that kind of, I can't remember the artist. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where the microphone's like swings, and they sampled it for a Vince Staples track as well.
Right, gotcha.
North. But basically, like, did you have a sort of a point where you went from, I don't like using the word normie, but where you just sort of
graduated from
normie.
No, I think I've always listened to diverse. I mean, I studied classical music.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know, there's not many young people who only listen to classical music, even if they're studying it. So I listen to a lot of a lot of different music, and my friends are really influential, I guess, because they're all musicians. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know what point. I also studied jazz.
Okay, so you hit all the stuff. I feel like once you study classical and once you study jaz, you have to go down, like, the conceptual part.
Yeah,
it gets weirder and weirder.
You laughed when you said you studied jazz.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's like everyone has a jazz phase.
Yeah. I saw that you won the improvisation award.
Yeah, the jazz award.
Yeah. Yeah, how is it the kind of improvisation? Was it similar to the type of style that you do now, or was it much more kind of normal jazz?
No, it was only a few years ago, so it was actually very much what I do now. Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of much. I think studying jazz like really helped me to get really comfortable with improvisation, but nothing I do is very jazz-like now.
Yeah. How do you find, like, the jazz community is in kind of receiving kind of experimental artwork compared to something that is?
I don't know. It's quite weird. I think, or maybe it's not weird, but the communities are very siloed in Melbourne. Like, I just feel like meaning like they're very separate, and like there's not heaps of cross-pollination. So like, I know some people who are jazz musicians, but they're kind of trying to cross into the experimental world. Yeah. So I just don't know if any jazz artists come to my gigs.
But you feel like there's so much in common, right? Like, from a conceptual standpoint, wouldn't there be, I guess, like, the nature of jazz, the nature of classical music? Or maybe not. Maybe I haven't studied it enough. Maybe they're too different.
Yeah, you need to do some homework.
I need to do some homework. Yeah.
I think people are very kind of like get quite sort of protective of their genres, and they're sort of like, I'm a jazz artist, or I'm an electronic artist.
You build your character from that definition.
Yeah.
Damn. I would have thought, for some reason, probably naively, probably from not getting let into Rook's Return every time I've tried to get in, because it's always packed out. We had a guest recently who guaranteed me door spots, but I've still never got in.
No way.
They only put a door person on when it's like completely full anyway.
Yeah.
Like when you actually physically can't get in, there's someone telling you.
It's quite ritualistic that bar is always fucking packed. It's like a tradition.
Yeah.
They like can't sell drinks because you can't get to the bar.
Really?
It's just like,
is that what?
an hour of.
That's so funny.
Of just jazz, like it's nuts. Yeah.
What sort of venues, like, would you say in Melbourne? Have you always lived in Melbourne?
Yes.
And what sort of venues would you say currently, like DIY or otherwise, are the best for your kinds of music? Where do you like to play?
Well, there used to be a lot there used to be some much cooler venues.
Did they get shut down?
Yeah, I think it's harder and harder for venues to survive now. But Misc is definitely one I love playing at. What else have I played? Now I have to think. There's often like, do you know Omniversal Hum series that Rohan Ribeiro runs?
It rings a bell, but...
Yeah.
That's the name of the place.
It's the name of the series, and he does like shows in lots of different places. So some at like the Hope Street Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And like Tempo Robato, and I'm listing these two venues I've never played there.
But you want to. Yeah.
Another one that's really good that I did play at recently is Eastmont. Do you know, come across this?
It rings a bell, yeah.
It's like a really cute warehouse in Northcote, and they do a really great music series there.
Because I feel like with the kind of music that you play, especially with just the vibe, with the pedals, the violone, I never want to pronounce that word ever again. Every time I say it, I'm bilingual and I'm still sweating
every time you want to say, just click your fingers.
Just click my fingers, you know what I mean?
But
I feel like playing like a warehouse, or I went to like I drove a guy to it. I didn't stick around because the place looked completely fucked. But like it was like the abandoned Herald Sun. I don't know if I should be talking about this.
This illegal rave.
Herald Sun rave thing. And I just thought to myself, I was like, they have DJs in here. That's all well and good. Yeah. But like to have you performing in that kind of a venue would be like, it would add to it,
incredible,
right?
Yeah.
I would love that. Where is it?
It's in Port Melbourne.
Cool.
I'm about to dox my own house now.
Yeah.
Because I just moved there. I drove a guy to the rave. They were charging like $15, which is like pretty good, but also it's weird that you're charging $15 for
they would have a fair budget.
That decrepit though.
Yeah. You don't have to pay any venue hire. It could all go to artists.
Yeah. There's also that venue. It's not a venue. It's, do you know, I'm going to butcher this. There's like a stair. This is the first time I've looked at you, by the way. Yeah. I think it's the first time you've looked at me, so.
Yeah. It's a nice moment.
Yeah. It's beautiful. There's a stairway. It's not the haunted amphitheater, but you know the amphitheater in you would know this shit.
A stairway?
No, it's the amphitheater. It's like the amphitheater with heaps of stairs, and they do
Fairfield?
Oh,
yes.
Outside.
Have you played there?
I haven't played there.
That place is incredible.
Yeah, I have seen that.
That place is like incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played there?
No. We haven't, to be honest, like we haven't dipped our toes into DIY gigs. So we started playing my old band towards the end of COVID, where there was more house parties and more like DIY stuff. And now I feel like most of the DIY things, there's D-Shut, but they never reply to my emails. And it took me there. That was a great shout. Yeah, shout out, reverse shout out.
Maybe a DIY place you can't email them. I feel like you got to go.
Do you feel like that's the rules?
They'll have like a book, like a ledger. You got to write it down.
Yeah,
It'll be.
It's very
DIY. You got to book yourself.
What was the word? Silo. It was very
siloed.
It's very siloedable.
I just got to use that all the time now.
Yeah, right.
It's a good word.
It is a good word.
So you're studying your PhD.
Yeah.
And that's not at RMIT.
No, at Monash.
Right.
Speaking of another good word, the PhD you're doing, I'm assuming this is part of it. The post-anthropocentric.
This is why he had to write it down.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, I'm not going to.
I'm not
gonna go on. Pop off, King.
So, post-anthropocentric sonic practice that encompasses a diversity of inquiry from acoustomology through noise music. So the part that I'm most interested is this post-anthropocentric, which I'm assuming means like music at the moment is for us, by us. It surrounds us. Mm-hmm. And you're saying that at some stage it might not be, but I'll actually just let you explain it instead of trying to guess.
It's an awful word, I have to say. And I've since in my PhD, I've kind of moved on from trying to use that because every time.
You got the
No.
I told you to do your research.
No, I still use it, but every time I say that word, people's eyes just glaze over and they're just like, oh, whoa.
Actually, if you sit with the word, it's quite interesting. It generates a lot of images like as you're speaking. Yeah.
So would you say after people now or what?
Well, anthropocentric, it's more this idea that we kind of elevate ourselves above the kind of natural world.
Yeah.
And post-anthropocentric is sort of questioning that tendency. So it's not so much, no, I guess it's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, this thinking about my PhD is kind of questioning sort of music rituals always being around kind of the individual and the celebrity, and sort of, even though I play solo myself, but just this fixation on human beings.
Yeah.
So maybe just post-anthropocentrism is a process of questioning that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying, like, I gave a talk and someone was like, well, how would you make music in a world without people? And I'm like, that's an extreme interpretation.
It's in a vacuum.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Boards of Canada album, like, music has the right to children or whatever. Like, the idea that music is this, like, entity and we play in its world, but we're not actually, we have no right to kind of take,
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Making music.
What are you doing? Yeah.
You have no right.
I mean, a lot of people say that, like, art is, like, using, like, art or creativity in general is just like an energy, and it uses like the human vessel to get it out or some shit like that as part of the process, which feels like kind of like what you're touching upon. What is it about? Because I think I asked you about this before. Non-human centric is another word, right? To say it. What is it about non-human centric? Because I don't want to pronounce what he pronounced.
Give it a go. Don't let the violin.
Anthropocentric.
Perfect.
That was really
Cool.
good.
The perks of being bilingual. What is it about non-human centric music that interests you in the first place?
I think it's more the kind of philosophical ideas around that concept.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to apply that to music. So that's not really answering your question, though. But I mean, field recordings would be a perfect example of like turn into the natural world to
wasps.
Wasps. Yeah. I'll just say wasps.
So I guess
And some wasps.
the idea of like, I guess, because then it's defining what music is in general, right? The rhythm of something natural. If you go out of your way to capture that, is that kind of, you can just leave it there? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you have to do anything to that?
I mean, you don't have
to.
because
you did that, right? You recorded that and you presented that to the audience.
Yeah, well, I layered, I played with it, and I kind of like playing with it.
Yeah.
But I like that being, like, a starting point.
Right.
So, yeah.
A better, like, foundation for, potentially a more, I guess, ecological foundation, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When you are playing, where with maybe say jazz improvisations, you might be thinking about kind of some patterns and like some kind of spins on the patterns. When you're playing your experimental music, how do you go about knowing what the next move you're going to do is?
Oh, it depends on the context. But if I'm just kind of doing sort of essentially free improv, I don't really think about it. I just sort of...
It's got to be...
It's just like... Bleh.
Yeah.
Like, especially if it's like really crazy, shreddy stuff. I don't know where it comes... Like, it's interesting you're saying like we're vessels for... I'm like, sometimes I don't know where it comes from. It's like, I just want to make these sounds and these movements.
Do you feel like by discussing it too much, you can risk killing that inspiration? And it's kind of a scary... That we might jinx the...
Right
Are you superstitious?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely... If you think too much, you will hinder your performance, I think.
But you need a certain amount of thinking beforehand, though, right? Like, you need the theory to get you to the point, right? Where you can just sort of shred and not do it. I would love to be in that position. Unfortunately, I don't think I ever will be.
You don't think you could do it?
I can play a lot of instruments, but I'm not technically gifted. I'm gifted as a songwriter. So, and as like a visual artist as well. But I guess I can relate to you more in like a visual artist way when you're just sort of creating it and not wanting to think too much, but also not too little as well. Yeah, because you spend a lot of time writing it. Like you're doing your PhD. How many words is that? You said 40,000?
Yeah, this one's 40,000. Yeah.
40,000. Huh?
Yeah.
Did you get that in time? Did you get that to the person in time? The draft of that?
What? No, I mean, it's not finished yet.
Don't.
Also, I'm like I pretty much have to finish my thesis like probably in the next few weeks.
All right. And then PhD is complete.
I won't actually be submitting it for a little while, but
rework it a little bit.
And then I've got the creative work as well.
Yeah.
So once they're all handed in, I should be finished by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
With your art, is there kind of two parts in that there is theory and that there is performance, or are they quite kind of like, I'm going to use the word intermingled here, and you have to then take the performance and put it on paper, like actually convert that into words for the PhD, like for the thesis?
I mean, kind of yes and no. I'm going to say something that maybe I'll regret having said. Sometimes I think the process of the PhD is you have to kind of explain a lot of things that you might not normally want to explain.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I feel like that, I don't know, like art, they don't necessarily go happily hand in hand, making art and writing. I'm doing like sort of academic research. A lot of people would disagree with me, but I think so. Yeah, like some of my performance things that I do, I don't write about. And and then there's definitely things that I'm thinking about in terms of like philosophy and things that wouldn't necessarily all be represented in the performance work, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, then what is it about academia that keeps like sort of bringing you back? What is it that you enjoy about that aspect?
I really enjoy thinking about new ideas and reading other people's work. Not necessarily strictly academic work either, but I like that. I love that about academia, that there is like an interest in new ideas
and structure, right? And with the PhD, I haven't got that far yet. But basically the idea that you are sort of breaking new ground, right? You're trying to study, you're trying to write about something that hasn't been written about. Is that how it works with PhDs?
Yeah.
It's got to be novel,
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any other people that, I guess the answer would probably be no, but are there any other people that are doing what you're doing, that you're sort of like, that like your heroes in that kind of area of non-human centric music? Or are you the first
I'm
first person?
definitely the first. No, I don't. There's the two people that I'm really influenced by. They're both not musicians. They're both writers. So that's kind of.
And who are they?
The first one is Tyson Yunka Porter. Have you come across him? He's an Indigenous Australian writer, and he wrote this book called Sand Talk that you should definitely read. It's amazing.
Cool. Sand Talk.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the other one is this guy called David Abram, who's from America. And he wrote this book called The Spell of the Sensuous, which is, sort of about, he coined the term more than human. So talking about this sort of idea of human beings being embedded in the natural world. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like this kind of music, because in this show and any podcast really, people talk about AI and how it's like, and honestly I don't fucking like it at all. I have an opinion on it now and I fucking hate it.
Fair enough.
But it's just like, I guess AI is always seen as that kind of like negative force, generally speaking, even though I was talking to Joel Stern about all the stuff. He told me, bit of both, and he's right. But I feel like the nature side of things is a very optimistic side, right? Because it's kind of like a counterpoint to that. It's like, well, we have all these technological advancements. We kind of need to look back a little bit and see what we lost, and what better way than just by, immersing yourself in the environment like that. Do you think that, again, maybe not stating what you're doing to an audience, but sort of speaking to us, and I guess when somebody asks you about it and you tell them this is like non-human centric music, do you think that kind of music, maybe directly by telling them, but also just by playing it, can it make the listener more ecologically aware, do you feel? Can music do that to someone?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I haven't got enough. I should ask some people what they thought of the last thing that I did. My solo project with violone isn't as much the post-anthropocentric thing. I try to explore some of those ideas in that, but the actual creative work I'm doing for the PhD actually involves masks to kind of hide.
I've seen that on your Instagram.
Cactus mask.
Cactus
mask. Yeah. Nice.
The recent one. The one I'm actually doing for the PhD is it hides the whole head. And,
and that just takes away the human element of it.
Yeah, and it's sort of this idea of representing something that's non-human, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll take a short break, but I want to come back to the masks. We'll be right back.
This potty is sponsored by Nighthawks Bar, a neighbourhood bar with awesome staff, friendly owners, and a great beer garden that's always playing sick tunes. They've got good quality booze, a band room, and guess what? Air conditioning. Check out their website and Instagram right now. This podcast is also sponsored by Thin Slizzy, serving Collingwood and surrounding suburbs the tastiest pizzas since 2020. Head over to thinslizzy.com to see for yourself. Now let's get on with the show.
no more talk of crocodile gods.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about crocodile gods. Although my bassist does have a pet crocodile, and that would have been awesome.
No way.
Really?
Can you introduce Chloe and your bassist?
Yeah, well, the reason that we're talking about crocodile gods is because, Chloe, your last name it means crocodile god?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking about, like, all that stuff, and yeah, my bassist has a pet crocodile, and no one believes me.
Every episode you bring up Willie P's
2
crocodile.
episodes I've brought it up.
Willie P does
He has a
not
pet croc in
No,
a
he
lake
doesn't.
in Macedon.
Wait, hold on.
Wow.
So he owns the lake.
Yeah. It's in his house. It's like,
Okay,
in the
alright.
ranges. Yeah.
It's obviously a freshwater one, though.
I am not the expert or the authority on what that croc
If it's
is.
in a lake inland,
Yeah.
unless you put salt in there.
Well, like table salt.
When you say he's got a pet crocodile, does he like
Like crocodile hunter vibe.
do you like things you do with pets with, or it just lives in his lake?
It lives in his lake.
Yeah.
It's not like he can just like pull the moat and
It's
then
not
like someone
Steve-O
falls in.
inside.
Yeah. Are they friendly? Are crocodiles friendly? Obviously to a crocodile god.
They would be friendly.
Anyway, that's why we're not talking about
Yeah.
crocodiles. I realised very quickly why that's not the topic. What were you going to say?
About the masks.
Yes, because
When in the video of playing the masks, which is called Cactus Mask, if
Yeah.
people want to watch it.
Yes, yeah. I
Cactus
gave
mask.
it a few different names, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think the video it's called Cactus.
Yeah, that's your best bet. When you play it, you reach up and you touch the mask, and that plays the sound.
Does
Yeah, yeah.
Is it because like the mask is a non-human thing, or is it just like the expression of?
I guess you could, see it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, in really basic, unexciting terms, it's just a MIDI controller. So it just.
Oh, it actually is it. I was thinking that you just like played it, you did it, and then you overlaid the sounds later. But it's
a
rigged
MIDI
up.
controller, yeah.
Yeah.
a MIDI controller that you made, or can you go to like like Nord and ask them for the cactus
The mask. Yeah. It's a
that
special.
a
It's at the
thing?
back.
I'm hoping to, mass produce it, yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
So you made it,
Yeah.
and it's now an instrument.
Yeah, yep.
And and now I wish we had Google. I
Yeah.
always say that every time. Unfortunately, we don't have any Wi-Fi in the studio.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So how many of those things are there? What are they called? Needles? What am I like envisioning
Ads?
here? Cactus. No, but like it has things sticking out of it, right? Like a cactus. Is that what a cactus?
I think that's true.
Just little panels. They're like little brass panels.
Cactus themes, not.
No, I was imagining
It's
like
not painful.
giant like
Right.
looking things coming out, right?
It actually doesn't have really anything to do with cactus. It's just I was standing in the cactus garden in the botanical garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cactus mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. And how did you get power in that place? Are you talking about the volcano area kind of thing at the botanical in like chapel?
Yeah. It's just runs through the computer. So it's just,
True.
yeah. Yeah, you just plug it into the computer.
So
yeah.
are all the masks how many masks have you made?
I've made a few, but in terms of the MIDI controller, it's just kind of the one.
The one,
But
yeah.
now
You've got different sleeves for it.
Well, it started off as a kind of COVID-shaped mask,
Oh,
the
wow.
cactus one.
Did it start in COVID where you're like, I'm going to make
Yeah,
this
so it was
mask?
sort of inspired by that. And then I wrote quite a lot about, because I found the COVID masks really fascinating, and I sort of explored them from the sort of post-anthropocentric angle. But then I've now kind of developed it into a huge, big mask. So it doesn't exist anymore, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the post-anthropocentric take on the masks? Like, because I remember in COVID, I would like look at people on the train and I'm like, it just feels so alien to just see someone's eyes and not see kind of any expression, or you can't really smile at strangers or anything. Your
Yeah,
mask
to
will
forget
just lift up a
expression
little
as
bit.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'll try and summarize this quickly. I was really interested in the fact that we were suddenly aware of this more than human element of our existence because we were breathing in like the virus essentially and transmitting it through our breath. And so I felt like they were quite symbolic of how we were so anthropocentric as to not realize that something like a virus could be so devastating across.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the mask ended up being symbolic of like the fact that we haven't really taken that seriously.
It's awareness, right? That's what the mask is.
We were so ill prepared.
Yeah. And it just sort of highlights that, I mean, well, our bodies are not even, like, our bodies are made up of all these bacteria and, like, you know, there's so much of us that isn't just kind of human. I can't do inverted commas on the podcast.
Oh, you can.
You just did.
But, so, yeah, that I was really interested in. I found it quite funny that we're all kind of forced to wear these, like, sort of, what is it, like, exoskeletons in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of that we all had to admit that we weren't like this transcendental like species. Like in fact we were very much susceptible to
it was humbling, wasn't it? And also
real humbling to my brain and to my mental health. Real humbling.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of art in COVID?
No, I did not fare very well.
Yeah.
So I made this mask afterwards. But I very much found it hard, particularly sort of a musician and performer.
Yeah. Especially with the support as well. It was pretty lackluster.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I was on the doll essentially, and that went up a lot.
Yes.
So that was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was pretty good for a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's crazy that we don't have that now. Like we always talk about on the podcast, what's it called?
Universal basic
basic income is like a recurring theme here.
Yeah.
A lot of people here are like advocates for it and
definitely.
We go pretty deep into that, but that was the amount that some places pay. Like that exact amount, which I think is like $3,000 a month or $3,000 a month minimum stuff. They're doing a study for it now. And I'm trying to like weasel my way into the study, but
oh, nice. That's a good
I don't
study
know.
to be in.
I'm not gonna.
You know who really wanted to get universal basic income in?
Who?
Richard Nixon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I know who Richard Nixon is. You don't need to like dumb it down for me. Like
it's the Watergate.
If I don't know who Richard Nixon is, why would I know? As like a 28-year-old, why would I know what the Watergate guy is? I'm a millennial. Wait, no, I am a millennial.
I don't know. Somehow it's more famous.
I'm like in between Gen Z and millennial or some shit.
I just like saying Watergate.
Yeah, I like hearing Nixon, so we have that in common. There we go with that ear-deafening laugh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bleep my laugh.
Yeah.
Frequencies.
Oh, what the fuck? Well, I guess making a segue from that, do you feel like firstly, can one, I don't even know the authority on this, but can one make a living as a musician in Australia or in Melbourne? And can one make a living as a more conceptual musician in Australia?
And give us some tips.
And please help us.
I would say it's very difficult. Yeah. I mean, I think you can, but I think not everyone can. And I certainly am not. I have to kind of hustle from one thing to another. I think it's very, very, very difficult.
Do you feel Instagram is quite receptive? Because I found out through Reels, and I always talk shit about online stuff, but if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have ever seen your works. Do you feel like Instagram is, like the algorithm is quite receptive to your kind of, I guess, the way that you play and your kind of like vibe?
I think at times it has been, So I have found that quite helpful. But I think being in Melbourne can be challenging for the sort of thing that I do.
More challenging than other places?
Yeah, I think I have quite a few friends who do a lot better in Europe, for example.
It seems that way with a lot of the arts.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing quite, as you say, sort of conceptual experimental work.
Even if it's not entirely conceptual or it's more, like even with my band, like I wouldn't say it's like a traditional band by any means of the by any stretch of the imagination, but it's weird enough to kind of have to struggle. You know what I mean? Once it's like strange enough, you might get a following.
It's a requirement.
But it's a legal requirement that you have to go through hell, basically. As opposed to playing like indie rock or like more straightforward things that are easier to translate to your average audience. And I would only imagine that with what you do, I guess the language barrier, the learning barrier is so much steeper. Because you have to get people who are into experimental music, but then they have to start stepping into even more niche kind of territories, right?
Yeah.
Which would, you'd end up meeting some of the coolest people, through that. Or the worst, depending on who they are.
Both.
But I feel like you'd meet those kind of like real extremes, of civilization.
Definitely. Do you think you kind of mapped out, like you realized that you did want to do research, that you did want to do experimental performance? Or do you just kind of like, did you just start doing one thing and then you started doing another, and suddenly you found yourself like in your current kind of position?
I'm trying to think. I think, just sort of, I guess I always had an interest in it, and it maybe, I actually studied for a long time and then I stopped playing altogether, and then I actually I studied jewelry making.
Oh, yeah.
I did that for like quite a while. So
Are you wearing any of your pieces?
some of them, some of the rings are mine.
Nice.
That's sick.
But and then when I came back to playing again, I was much more like immersed in experimental music, and
Because you came back for that reason.
and I was they were the sort of, they were more experimental artists that I was listening to, and
Yeah.
I was kind of like, maybe it took a while for me to be like, I could do this maybe, like to have that level of.
And was that through talking to people and being like, oh, it's possible if you do this, or there's like, these are the kind of things you can do, or you're like, I actually just really want to do this?
No, it was mainly through, actually, now that I really think about it, Make It Up Club.
Yeah.
I think I really, at one point I was like, I'd like to play.
Yeah.
And I played, and people were really receptive to it. And I think that gave me the confidence to be like, I want to keep doing this. And so I owe Make It Up Club a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's an
Shout out Make It Up Club. Future sponsor.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it can be a sponsor. It's in Bar Open, isn't it? So Bar Open's a sponsor.
But
True. Are there any other places like Make It Up Club that give that level of support? Because I get what you mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's that feeling of, I guess, reciprocation. Like, it's so rare to get a compliment in life now, but it's really rare to get a compliment.
You're beautiful, Dan.
Thank you. Ooh. And like, it's really rare to receive it in music. I think I got my first compliment the other day. It's also not only just a compliment, but from who it's coming from.
You make beautiful music.
That's even better. And it's just like, it really does go a long way, especially if you're not making the kind of money that you want and you're not getting the support that you want, to have somebody kind of give you that, especially conceptually, because I feel like it's quite a daunting area to go into. Not only are you playing music, which is already a scary thing to a lot of people, the act of performing, the act of getting in front of people and an audience and getting judged and all that. But if you can get through that, it's the act of kind of being able to go beyond that and say, well, I'm going to think conceptually about what I'm going to do. And is there any validation, you know what I mean, for that? I don't see if there would be a lot, right? Maybe amongst peers, though, right? If you have a good circle of friends around you.
I think it's definitely about peers, and more Make It Up Club's more just saying this is valid without it being what you're doing necessarily being like carefully judged. Just like, it is valid to be exploring the forefront of this art form.
Yeah.
And also just doing anything that people do at Make It Up Club. Like, it's a space for people to just try stuff out.
The positivity.
Yeah.
I wonder is it possible to get booed at Make It Up Club?
If you were there,
I don't think I've ever seen anyone booed.
It'd be cool though, you know.
that
I know we're talking about positivity, but
anti-Make It Up Club. Yeah.
I don't know what Make It Up Club is or isn't. I'm just saying that, like, it would be good if you could perform in a place that's really open, but then also it's also not, like, you know, like, if you go, you can't go too far when it comes to exploring stuff, but it'd be cool to have that risk. You know what I mean? We need to create a plan, like you know what? This is probably your worst nightmare, but like, there's like an Australian Idol for conceptual artists.
And like the judges turn
Can you
around and they
imagine,
like hated it.
Yeah.
Or like they...
And then they just don't like conceptual music at all. So it's like, why are you even there?
I think what you're talking about is bringing booing back, but sort of destigmatizing it. Like, people boo and you're like, okay, I'll take that on board. It's not like a
Wait,
soul-crushing
who
thing.
invented booing?
John Boo, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Howard Holt, but
Yeah.
Howard Holt. True, yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, honestly, that was the stupidest segue. Yeah, congratulations. 11 hours of recording, and that was probably it. In terms of the violone, I can't say that word.
Yeah.
You just said it.
Good. Yeah.
Sounds like I'm butchering it and calling it like a pasta. In terms of the violone, so you're playing a custom violone with a pedalboard setup?
Yeah.
And a crocodile.
Inscription?
No.
Excuse me.
Etched.
It's like, it's the It's a wooden figure on the scroll.
Is it like when you put like flame decals on the car, it makes it go faster? The crocodile just gives it this ancient power.
No one's going to steal it.
Yeah.
It's crocodile gods. You know?
Yeah, we definitely know which one's yours, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only because of the crocodile thing.
Yeah,
not because
yeah.
it's a giant thing. What kind of pedals are you running through for all the, I was going to say guitar nerds, for all the violone nerds out there?
I have, the thing I'm the most proud of is I have 2 volume pedals. So I run my DPA mic through just a kind of nice reverb pedal.
Yeah.
And that's like more of a kind of natural sound. And then the other one, I've got a contact mic and I run the contact mic through all the effects.
Oh, yeah.
So you can like move in and out of the different sounds really
Cool.
easily and like kind of fade them in and out. So I do a lot of that. So my pedals, I've got you know this one, the Hall of Fame reverb. That's probably the most common.
Famous.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's in the Hall of Fame, Dan. I don't know how you don't.
Yeah, I know the Holy Grail, but not the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame pedal, I'm a fucking idiot.
And I think it's, what else have I got? I've got this other pedal called the Fraz Dazzler, which is
These are niche pedals. It's not.
okay.
Yeah, this isn't the Fraz Dazzler. Ask your average like psych rock person if he's playing the Fraz Dazzler.
What phrase do you think is being dazzled?
Yeah, exactly.
Fraz dazzle.
all the Fraz.
What does the Fraz Dazzler do? Better question.
It's just a fuzz pedal.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it sounds fuzzy actually now that you say it.
Yeah, Fraz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But my favorite pedal is my mini glitch pedal, which is like, it creates it's like a little delay pedal, but it takes samples, like it's,
Oh yeah.
and then it like repeats them, but it's to do with like the volume. So it will, you can do all different things, but I play with it a lot because it kind of creates like almost like this glitch effect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you find that in a lot of your work, the glitch thing seems, I'm going to use another good word here, stochastic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's been doing his
Very
research.
nice.
Pulled an all nighter for this one.
Xenakis.
Do you incorporate a lot of random elements in the music, because that is very like a natural thing, like things that we make, we struggle to make random, but in nature it is like very easily occurring.
Well, randomness is nature, right? Or is it?
That's a deep question.
Or is it?
Chloe, what's the answer?
I'm not
Is
answering
it?
that.
Yeah, because that doesn't. Sorry, I just hijacked the whole thing. But doesn't nature
I just
have?
got his theory.
Isn't there like the Fibonacci thing, and nature's like all these like specific codes and shit like
the
that?
laws
I
of
just went full
nature.
Joe Rogan right now. So
That's
not
not-
what I
yeah.
intended. What was your question?
Oh, yeah. Do I
you
incorporate?
incorporate a lot of random.
I definitely welcome it,
welcome
but if I'm to be completely honest, I'm a total control freak.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's really interesting, because like when you said, like, I've seen videos where like you're playing with like paper as well and all these external factors. Is it easy to replicate that later on if it's all like considered and calculated?
Just got to get the same piece of paper.
Yeah, how do you control that even in the playing? Like, is it the same each time?
I mean, yeah, I had a troll on Instagram who was like, play it again. Like,
Yeah, could you?
I could play something similar, but not
the troll
exactly the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
I could definitely
What's the
play
troll's
that.
name?
Yeah.
We have a lot of power here. Connected to the Melbourne Mafia. Is that a thing? I don't know.
The Melbourne, yeah, it's a thing.
I love conceptual music,
Melbourne
actually.
Street Mafia.
Yeah, Lygon Street Mafia. True.
I don't think it's a thing anymore, but it used to be.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Let's say like you are like running through. I've like putting like the piece of paper. I don't know where you put it specifically on the violone, but like what makes something sort of make the cut for what you can incorporate into the like the actual structure of the instrument. Like, do you think, it sounds stupid, but like, are you thinking about the piece of paper on a conceptual level and saying, I'm going to use that ingredient in the sound? Do you know what I mean? Is that
Yeah.
He's looking at me like,
Not quite. Yeah, I'm confused.
like, as in, like,
No, I know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
like, why would you use, what makes you put a piece of
Right.
paper onto it in the first place? Like, do you think about that conceptually? Is there a reasoning behind it, or is it more random? In that
It's
sense?
more looking for a certain sound, or like I might try things and then be like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then, maybe when I incorporate it, it might be more a conceptual thing. But there's definitely a big part of it that's just like, this sounds cool.
Yeah, when you have a contact mic or like the high fidelity microphone, you can just find like the coolest. Like I remember with a Zoom microphone, like the sound of raindrops on like an umbrella is like mind blowing. What's the coolest sound that you've discovered with the high fidelity microphone?
Ooh, coolest sound. Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, one of my favorite things to do. I don't know if it's so much the. Oh no, it is picked up really well with the contact mic. Is grabbing a bouncy ball and you like drag it across the wood of the instrument. It kind of sounds like whale calls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a very cool sound.
Yeah,
that I like.
We actually noticed that boom mic has a really nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying it out now though, but if you try that out now, you'll feedback the entire room.
Sorry.
It has a pretty wild sound. We'd give it to you, but it's not our property. Even though the Triple R posters aren't our property.
Yeah.
So then, I guess, are there any other instruments that you'd want to play as well? Because what other instruments do you play?
I learnt piano and flute.
Okay, cool.
I didn't take to the flute much. I traded it out for double bass fairly early on.
Yeah, right.
But piano, I still play a little bit of piano, I think. If I sat down to a piano, I might be able to do something.
Yeah.
Would you ever cross over into playing something more, what's the word? Because I'm in this world, so I need to be like more, I was going to say conservative, but that's not the right word. Something more traditional, I guess. Like, can you once you go that far into experimental stuff, can you? It's like heroin, right? Like once
I've heard that said before.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one direction. It's got to be more obscure. Yeah.
Further and further back in history.
A lot of people in that field were heroin addicts, but jazz as well. Like
that's true. It makes good music.
Yeah. I mean, can you go back and just play a 4 on the floor beat? Does that suffice anymore?
I mean, I do a lot through, a lot like more electronic things that are probably a little bit more conventional, maybe. But if I were to pick another instrument, it would have to just be more obscure for sure.
More obscure?
Yeah, because you can't go back.
Okay.
Like if I just started playing I don't know.
What is more obscure than the violone?
What's the heaps? What's the next most obscure instrument that you've got your eyes on?
I don't know. Can't wait to play. Yeah, I don't know. I want a mini version of my instrument. So,
nice.
Because this family of instruments called the viols.
Yeah.
And they have like a cello version, slightly higher than a cello version, a kind of viola version, and then a treble version. And the treble one's like a mini baby version of my instrument. So I kind of want that.
Get that real high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be easy to tour with.
Yeah, and you can line them up like in a family.
Yeah.
Or store them in each other like a babushka doll. That would be.
How do you take this instrument on like a plane? Have you ever?
It's foldable. It's the Nuremberg violone.
Nuremberg violone. Violone, please. Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
How do you take it? Like, what's the process?
It's
Is the case good?
Total nightmare.
Yeah.
I have a really beautiful hard case. I say beautiful because I took a while to source one and then I got it. I'm really happy with it, but the problem is the airlines. They're just
put it on like Tiger and they're throwing that shit out into the fucking horizon.
They're playing catch with it at the back.
Jetstar.
Well, it's more just that they charge you a fortune. Like I've never had anything go wrong, but you'll turn up, like especially overseas, like you'll turn up to check it in, and they'll just look at it and be like, okay, $500. Like,
yeah, because more than 10 kgs, right? Oh wait, no. What's the minimum that you can have? They charge you if you have more than like 5 kilograms or some shit on carry. What I'm saying is you can't take the violone on carry-on.
No.
That would be hilarious. So, and you can't book ahead. You can't say, I'm bringing it. This is what it is. You got to rock up and they eyeball it and they're like, yeah.
Because they just want to make money.
Yeah,
and it's the perfect way to make lots of money.
Yeah.
Can you play them something and like serenade them or just like, I don't know, like just confuse them, make them forget?
Say, I'm the flight musician.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, people have it in for musicians. And like my worst story is I went to Mexico last year and on the way back I was flying from CDMX to LA and got to the airport, and the woman behind the desk was just like, that can't go on the plane. There's an embargo for a month.
Oh my
Embargo of musicians.
Of oversized baggage. And I was just like, I can't stay here for a month.
Yeah.
And then my friend ended up talking to the manager. I couldn't speak Spanish, so he ended up sorting it out, and they let me on because they're like, it's a musical instrument, doesn't count as oversized baggage. So I was okay.
Nice, they need the laws.
But then they just charged me a fortune as well. So I was like, not only was I stressed out and worried I was going to be stuck there for a month.
Yeah, airlines really, the worst customer service once you got
What were you doing in Mexico?
I went twice. The first time I went for a conference with my mask, the one that the cactus mask.
That's fitting there. There'd be heaps of cactus.
That's
it's like you can just snuck on the plane as a cactus.
Yeah.
Cacti actually, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Who's good with words now?
Yeah.
True. And what was the second time?
When I went there, I also played a show. I played a few shows. So that's when I took my violone in the hard case.
Yeah.
And then I formed a duo with this Mexican artist. And then so I went back and played some shows with him, toured around. But I took a little 6-string ukulele that time because I was just
That's a lot cheaper.
6-string ukulele.
And I put a little bridge on it. So it was like a mini version of my instrument.
Oh, wow. You kind of got the treble.
Sort of. I tried to make a treble viol.
Yeah.
But the bridge would pop off all the time, so it was kind of
great.
It was very aleatoric because you were exploring before. I was embracing the randomness.
Yeah. Is there anyone? I guess who would you say are your like contemporaries or like your peers? Who's out there doing what you're doing?
Or the closest?
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of early music instruments, I'm not actually that sure. I haven't made an effort to find out people who are kind of doing what I do.
Do you ever see anything on Reels that's similar to that as well?
No, I don't think so.
Because I think that's also the thing is it just struck me as very novel and very fresh because I just haven't seen anyone else do it.
When I've seen it, that I remember that glass one where you have to have wet glass and it's spinning and they're all the different notes.
Yeah,
they always play it in the traditional way because it's we've brought back this instrument and this is how it was played. I feel like it's not a thing that's experimented with as much. Is my take.
And your stuff really does get out there. It reached me without even having followed you at the time. And I just think it is really, again, really cool that kind of music, especially if you're playing more experimental stuff, it's taken seriously because it's treated with love, you had that one troll, but that's
I've had quite a lot of trolls.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that might be of interest. People get really angry about what I do with the instrument.
Really?
Yeah.
People who love the instrument?
Well,
that's crazy.
They profess to love it, but they're like, what a waste of such a beautiful instrument.
Oh, really? Wow. Do you interact with them?
No.
No, I just leave them.
I just delete.
Is it possible to re-educate these people?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did engage with one person or maybe two people, but, very quickly descends and then you're like, oh, okay, this is not working.
Because you feel like they're coming at it from a sincere, point of view where they want to have them, minds changed or do you think they're just doing it because they just want to put out negative energy?
Yeah, the negative energy. I think. And they want to sort of bring you down in some way.
Haters.
Maybe, maybe some people do find it. I think some people do find it a little bit offensive what I do because they're like, you've got this beautiful instrument, you're just making noise.
That you source though. That's
Well, it's something that's
yours.
Completely different, and you're not playing obviously you're you're playing a non-traditional instrument, non-traditionally, right?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be playing the violone like that, right? I just no. So I feel like people probably aren't prepared on both fronts in general, which is what makes it really interesting and fascinating. But also, you would get a lot of this kind of barrier, I think, especially because it's not just Australia, right? It's going to everywhere. So anyone from any country can just come in and critique, no matter what the cultural background is to the instrument.
Yeah, people are just nasty online too.
They're really Instagram is the nastiest platform
any
of all.
content you make.
Is it the nastiest?
From what I've seen, they call it mythical reel pulls. It's when you get somebody who generally you see it in a lot of people who are trying to make pop music, but they're not making it in I don't want to say bad music because I don't believe in bad music, but unlistenable, but not in like a non-traditional way, in like a out of tune way. And so I think these kind of people, they either know what they're doing and they're using it to get clout, or they don't, they're oblivious to it. Being oblivious to your own art is the scariest thing that can happen to a human being, I think, because in terms of wanting that control, you want to know that at least you're in the right place, right? You have the right soul for it, the right heart is in the right place. But yeah, the comment sections on these mythical reel pools
It's a dark
what it reminds me of, just like bullying in high school. Like legitimately, it reminds me of like when I went into like year 7, like fights in like the schoolyard, and like the worst.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen that in social media before, and I don't think you would be dealing with that. But I think it's reserved for a very particular type of artist.
I've had people say some really rude things.
Yeah.
Like, really rude. Yeah. Like someone called me a fucking idiot.
Really?
Yeah. And someone else said something that I don't even want to repeat. It was like quite horrible.
We've spoken about this kind of stuff on the show. Once you reach, and this might come as a piece of good news from us to you, if you needed to hear this today on your Wednesday night. But the more like popular you sort of get online, once you reach a certain threshold, this has come across like 3 or 4 different people that we've had on the show, you start to get that negativity. It's what's it called? Like, what's the word when it's like a rite of passage?
Yeah, okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's like, congratulations.
yeah. It's part of it.
It's part of the process. And I mean, yeah, but it is unfortunate to have to deal with that kind of stuff, because as much as you don't want it to affect you, it affects you. We want to live in a world where like you can just do what you want to do and just get the support.
Yeah.
If we were all just wealthy as fuck and we had inheritance and all that shit, and like the government was supporting us and the mental health system was great, I'd say, hey, I'm all for it. But we're all struggling and we're all trying to make art, and we're getting kicked down at every single possible thing. So to have some troll fucking say, oh, this is shit, it's just another layer, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Does it make you, like, before you upload something, are you thinking, like, oh, this is definitely going to set some people off? Like, this one especially, like, kind of brace yourself for it.
I often look at it and think, what might someone say?
Yeah.
And just they can say stuff about you, not necessarily what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I have to stress it's almost exclusively men as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes I worry they might say something, just inappropriate, or so I'll be looking, being like when I'm making the reel, like thinking about what someone could say.
Yeah, which gets in the way, right? Because the actual making
process.
of, but also the making of the reel, once you already have the thing finished, it's just another barrier. It's like, and not even talking about like what hashtags do I use, or what do I do, like what do I boost and what do I not boost. You're now thinking like, shit, I have to monitor the comments section because maybe Instagram won't, because I don't. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look if you're a professional, and you are a professional, just having to go into that and have to deal with like man children and not the good ones. So okay,
Moving on from social media.
Please.
I'm wondering if you use any kind of generative AI in your artwork, or what your takes on it are. I know that Dan has negative takes on generative AI and its use.
except for the EQing of this show.
Yeah. But yeah, just do you interact with that at all?
I don't really know a whole lot, especially in terms of music. I'm not very tech savvy, like in that sense, but I'm interested in it. I've got a lot of people around me who do that sort of thing, and a lot of like definitely in academia, in the music.
Yeah, I mean in the Hideous Replica, it was mostly AI. Yeah,
and I'm really interested in it in general. I think there's clearly some things that are worrying, but there's also some things that are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, in terms of music, as I said, I'm a total control freak, so I wouldn't want anything to be just generative.
Generated, yeah.
Like, I need to make every second of this. Yeah.
I think it's really scary for visual artists. More, I would argue maybe more than than like audio based.
Right, because
Yeah, I
you've got
think
that,
so.
like,
Yeah.
generate me an image of this. It's so easy.
And I guess it will get to that with music. And there's I mean, you could argue that it's been in music for ages if you quantize something. I mean, it's not generative AI, but we've been working with, I don't know if it's AI at all, but just like technology and music goes hand in hand. I mean, this whole thing has been recorded through technology. But it has got to a point where, currently where we're at, if you look at like a visual artist, the fact that you can generate that stuff, it's not even the sense that like, oh, I can hear it. I mean, I can see it and it looks AI. People don't give a shit. Like the people who are making those posters don't care. I've seen it on some of the people who we had even on this show, and they'll just go and they'll just like put an AI poster or something like that because it's hard if you're going to Europe and you have to make a poster for each place. But isn't that the beauty of what you're doing? Like,
I've got a photo for you guys, listeners at home as well.
Is that Port Melbourne?
This is I think this it might be in South Yarra, but the Melbourne Mayor Nick Rees.
Who's this photo for?
He made it.
What is this?
Back to social media for a second. He made a Twitter post saying, "If I'm elected as mayor, actually, I'll let you start looking at it. If I'm elected as mayor again, because he's already the mayor and he wants to be re-elected, I will make 28 new parks around Melbourne."
And they're all going to look like the game Crisis.
Yeah. And here is just a taste. And he uploaded 4 photos.
What's happening with the thing lying down?
And very quickly, people realised that he'd like literally just chucked in photos of Melbourne and said,
Wait, who did this?
Nick, the mayor of Melbourne.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and uploaded it to Twitter, no checks, no anything. Uploaded it and said, "Can you generate me a park?" Because you look and like the slide doesn't make any sense. Like the slide.
Like he couldn't have just gone and like shot a fucking park?
Yeah.
Holy.
So he's like,
I don't know what's going on here.
it is ridiculous. There's like a person. There's one particular photo. You got to find it. It's still up where the person is like, looks like they're passed out. It's like midday. They're like passed out. There's skin, like their rib cage is showing like
He's been shot in the middle of the...
deeply messed up. And I love that Nick not only is using generative AI instead of, I don't know, landscape architects,
I don't want this.
but that he's just launching that right off to Twitter. So we are seeing like a lot of uses of generative AI that are kind of crappy and unthoughtful. But yeah, do you think that you'll explore with it at all, or is it kind of
I'm not sure, but one thing that strikes me that I don't know people don't talk about a lot is when people worry about it in relation to music, they're really talking about recorded music.
Yeah.
You know, like there's live music.
You're not going to go see AI live.
No, yeah, like I mean, you might go watch like
maybe
something. I don't know, but like it's never going to replace an instrumentalist.
Yeah.
You know, like particularly like the more weird, like in a way, it's kind of what I like about my instrument and what I do is it's just so niche.
Yes.
Like. Yeah.
Not in danger of being replaced by AI.
It might just mean that we're more interested in seeing live music in the end.
Yeah.
Because recorded music becomes so uninteresting.
I think people don't know that they want that yet, you know? People are always so shocked when they go to a show and they're like, wow, I really like that. They're just too used to being at home and strapping themselves in like brand new world style and just fucking like, just looking at reels and shit.
Yeah.
Because what is the current replacement for going out and looking at music and stuff like that? Well, I guess it's having no money to do that as well. That's the replacement is being broke.
Yeah.
Damn.
I did want to talk about one other thing. Before when we were talking about being an artist in Melbourne and the difficulties, and you were saying that you've seen people have an easier time of it in Europe. What about where they are in Europe do you think makes it easier?
I mean, look, whatever I say, I could be quite, you know, someone could probably know more. So
to all our European listeners.
Yeah.
I'm not an authority, but I mean, I think in Europe there's a lot of smaller festivals that are able to kind of sustain like slightly more unusual sort of, they've got a lot of festivals where there's more experimental music and interesting little, what would you say, like bespoke festivals where and because there's so many countries so close, people can travel so easily, so you've got a much bigger cross section of like audience. And I've got a few friends that are able to sustain a life being full-time performers, and they'll travel to a lot of different countries and play a lot of little festivals and things, but they can actually sustain it there.
Yeah.
Whereas
I think it's the landscape that you touched upon. Like, it is the fact that all these countries are together.
Yeah.
If one country fails you, you can just go next door. If Australia fails you, you're fucked. The best thing you can do is hit up the mayor so you can give me some fucking images of what your society should look like. Utopia.
It's utopia,
Because I'm trying to think, I'm like, where do you go? Like, even if planning a tour here, it always goes back to this shit. At this point in the podcast, like 11 episodes deep, I'm just like, fuck me. It's like, it is the most dystopian ass. Talking to all these creatives from everyone, like, everyone's struggling. I can't wait to have somebody in here who's just like, fuck yeah, I'm loaded. Let's give me cash and shit. But yeah, it is a shame because like New Zealand, right, would be the closest thing. And people from New Zealand are really proud and they love their scene. Every time you listen to someone from New Zealand talk on a podcast, especially, they'll always be like, New Zealand's better than Australia. Like they always have to say that as well. But Australian artists, I don't know if there's much a need to go there. So where else would you go? I guess you could go to some like Asian countries as well, which some people do tour. But you have to be a big enough band to be doing that.
And it's so far and so expensive. And even just going into states, expensive.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. Not cheap. Like,
I think that's just the main issue at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, if only we can find a way to figure out how to, like, is it tectonic plates? Is that what? Like, how do we get Australia close to everything?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Can
the
we
real
do
questions.
that, please?
A single continent. Yeah. I've always wanted those tubes from Futurama. I think that'd be
so
that's
awesome.
the solution. One of those.
Well, actually, that's what the metro tunnel is going to be. Have you seen the pictures?
It's a suction.
Yeah, it's suction you in.
Dyson have made the vacuum on the end.
Yeah, we did not. That tunnel. I don't mean to get political for the first time ever, but that tunnel is just such a piece of shit. Like, we do not need another. PTV is like pretty fucking convenient, dude. Like, what? Yeah, unless it's like a tube. That's the only way I could see it being more convenient.
The tube, yeah.
The tube. Okay, we've hit 2 minutes over time. It doesn't really matter. Is there anything you'd like to say to listeners? Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to promote? Any shows that you've got coming on? Any people that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, I don't know.
That's an answer in itself.
You want to
Trolls,
Any
yes.
trolls?
Fuck trolls. That's the message I want to leave. No, I actually haven't got any shows coming up.
Really?
When you do,
Yeah.
let Dan know. And he'll
When you do, I'll insert it into this. Probably will come out in like
Another
3
podcast.
weeks. I'll insert it right here.
yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you, Chloe, for coming on board. Thank you, Jack, for doing whatever it is you do, and thank you, Sam, for being on tech. Left brain, right brain.
Left
Thanks
brain.
for having me.
Thank you.